this is a really interesting story because in 1945, Audie Murphy was an enormous, enormous hero in the war. I think he was the most decorated soldier in World War II, Audie Murphy. And if you ever saw the movie Hail Caesar, there's a kind of cowboy character who I think is based on Audie Murphy. And he won the Congressional Medal of Honor, which is usually not always given to living guys, because he commandeered, like Rambo, he commandeered a .50 caliber gun and single-handedly stopped a Nazi, a German assault on a position while the truck or tank that the caliber gun was on fire and was about to explode. And he commandeered the .50 cal and he just sprayed these guys with bullets and kept them from invading the position. And so he won the Congressional Medal of Honor for that. And then they made a picture called To Hell and Back in which he played himself doing this thing on a tank. I think they used the wrong tank, on a tank, spraying these guys with a .50 cal. So a very, very interesting thing of a hero playing himself in a movie. And you think, okay, that's fine. But here is 50 years later goes by, and it says something about the progress of America. As Martin Scorsese is making the gangster film Casino, which is about this guy, a true story with fake names because it's fictionalized, a true story about this guy who built casinos or ran casinos in Las Vegas. It's a good movie. Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone in a typical, did somebody sleep with my wife, Scorsese. He loves that story. I'm jealous. However, at the end, like in The Godfather, there is a reckoning and the mob takes out everybody. And one of the guys it takes out is in a house. And he's chased through the house. He runs away and finally gets killed. And the guy, Frank Cullotta, technical advisor on the film. You can see him on YouTube, by the way. He has a YouTube channel where it's like Ask Frank or something like that. And Frank Cullotta is the technical director. And he comes up and he says, that's not how that thing happened. You know what? Here's Nicholas Pileggi. Pileggi wrote Goodfellas, very, very talented journalist and screenwriter, wrote Casino, wrote Goodfellas, a much greater film, but both based on his books. And here he is talking with Frank Cullotta sitting next to him about what happened. This is the Pileggi cut, which is cut 9.
Frank is looking at it, and he's grinning, he's sort of shaking his head. I said, what's the matter? And Frank said, that's not the way it worked. That's not the way it happened. It would never happen. I say, how do you know? Frank says, well, I did that murder. I said, what? He says, yeah, no, that's the one I did, and that's the one of them I got immunity for. So here I am standing there with the guy who did the hit as the technical advisor on a hit in the movie. So I said, Marty, get over here, we got to talk. So Marty comes over, and I says, Cullotta did this hit. He said, we're doing it all wrong. He said, you did the hit? I'm like, yeah. He said, because it's in it's in all the court papers. He was accused of it. He just got immunity because he helped with the government. Got immunity on this homicide. And so Marty said, show us what happened. So Frank starts to do the hit. And Marty said, that's perfect. You do it. So we fire the actor. And Frank Cullotta winds up in the movie, in Casino, doing the hit that he did in real life as an actor.
Now, if you can see, leave my mic on for this, and we'll play the clip from Casino, because I know a lot of people are listening, not watching. I'll describe what's going on. It's a very short clip. This is the killing at the end. Oh, you know what? Never mind, because what's his name? Joe Pesci narrates the scene. And this is, as I say, all the people being cleaned up. So Joe Pesci narrates it, and here is Frank Cullotta acting out the part of the killer who he was, who did this hit. So this is the Casino clip, cut 10.
His kid got nabbed by the feds for drugs. And so naturally, the bosses were afraid he'd come out of hiding just to save his kid and give them all up. So,
tell your children where you going.
But anyway, they all had to follow. Everybody went down.
just brutal. So this guy shoots this guy in the top of the head, and it's the guy. It's the real guy. And Pileggi is laughing about it as he sits next to this killer telling the story. Now, I'm not knocking Pileggi. Pileggi does his job, and I got to be honest with you, I'd have laughed too, because corruption is funny, and there's just something about the situation that's funny, and It's funny, but it's not moral. And it just says something about America that we go from, oh, this man is a great hero, Audie Murphy, so we're going to have him play himself. And Audie Murphy was a talented actor and a singer too. We're going to have him play himself as this great hero on the screen, to going, oh, that's the guy who killed the guy. Oh, okay, you play him. That's the descent of America traced in not Scorsese's film, in The Godfather. That is how morality got turned upside down. So the star of Casino is Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro goes to this trial, which is complete trash, as we've been talking about. And he stands outside as a representative of the President of the United States. Now, you remember that we played that clip during the main part of the show. We played that clip of Biden just spewing these lies. He's going to do this. He's going to do this. And here is what De Niro says outside. Remember, he's representing Joe Biden, and he's outside the trial. Why is he there? They said, well, that's where the cameras were at. That's where they were getting their revenge on, thought they were bringing down the opposition. And De Niro comes out, and this is what he says, is cut 7.
And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave. What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life?
I love the car alarm going off in the background, doing an imitation of Robert De Niro. So he's in this complete. I got to play this one more clip if I can. This is cut 8. This is him being chased away by New Yorkers shouting at him. Cut 8.
We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats. You are gangsters. Excuse me. You are gangsters.
You're a softy! You're a nobody! You're trash! You're trash! You're done! You're done after this, my guy!
What I love about this is he who pretends to be a gangster is calling the people that he plays, because they're New Yorkers, gangsters, and the people who are New Yorkers are actually living in reality. Get out of here, you bum! Get the hell out of here. My only point about this, the reason I love this story, the reason it makes me laugh so much, is because when we are flooded with information the way we are also flooded with entertainment. And the line between entertainment and information has become so blurred over the years, with heroes playing heroes and killers playing killers, and you don't know who's the actor, who's the real person, where reality ends and where the fantasy begins, that all of us are being encouraged to live in our imaginations. All of us are being encouraged to live in our anger, to live in our hurt, to live in our trauma, to repeat like a fetish the things that happen to you in childhood, the things that make you unhappy. That's hell. That's why in Dante's hell, people do the same things over and over again. And so, as I said, I understand being angry in this moment. I understand wanting revenge in this moment. But I think we have to build a new thing, which is the founding. We have to build it back. For more great stuff, like and subscribe. And do not forget to subscribe to The Andrew Klavan Show wherever you get your podcasts.